Welcome back. In this part of the series, we will take a detailed look at the step-by-step workflow of a transformer model. So let's start. The first step is tokenization. In this step, our example sentence is broken down into individual tokens. And when we have the tokens, we move to step 2, which is adding positional encoding. Since transformers process all tokens in parallel, they need to know the order in which the words appear in the sentence. Positional encoding provides this information by assigning each token a unique position based on where it appears in the sentence. For example, the at the beginning of the sentence has position 1, while mat at the end of the sentence has position 6, which is then further converted into positional encoding. This way, the model knows which word comes first, second, and so on, even though it processes them all at once. Step 3 is the multi-head attention mechanism. This is where the model looks at different aspects of the sentence simultaneously. To understand this in the context of our example sentence, when processing the word cat, the model uses multiple attention heads to look at different relationships. One head might focus on sat, while another head focuses on mat. This allows the model to capture multiple aspects of context at once. This process happens for each word in the sentence, and each word attends to all others through multiple heads, allowing the model to capture a richer context. After the multi-head attention, we move to step 4, where the output of the attention mechanism is passed through a feed-forward neural network. This step helps the transformer to refine and enhance the information it has gathered about the relationships between words in the sentence. For example, the word cat has now been enriched with additional context from sat and mat, and the feed-forward network processes this enriched representation to further improve the model's understanding. By step 5, the transformer has finished processing the sentence with multi-head attention and feed-forward layers, producing a context-aware vector for each word. This vector now contains not only the word itself, but also its position in the sentence and its relationship with other words. These vectors are what we call the encoded representation, and they are passed to the next phase, the decoder. The decoder begins its work in step 6. It starts with a special token called the start token. This token signals the beginning of the output sequence. For example, in a task like translation, the decoder would use the start token as the trigger to predict the first word in the output. Now, in step 7, just like in the encoder, the decoder also uses multi-head attention mechanism. But here it's a bit different. The decoder attends to both the previously generated words and the encoded representation from the input sentence. For example, after predicting the, one head might focus on the and another head will focus on cat from the encoded input sentence. This allows the decoder to predict the next word accurately. After attention, the decoder's output is passed through a feed-forward neural network just like the encoder. This helps to refine the decoder's predictions by adding more context and learning from what has already been generated. Now, in step 9, the decoder continues generating the output sentence word by word. After predicting the first word the, it predicts cat, then sat, and so on until it has generated the entire sentence. So, in summary, transformers work by processing sentences through tokenization, positional encoding, self-attention, and feed-forward networks all in parallel. This allows them to handle complex tasks like translation, text generation, and more with incredible efficiency and accuracy. Now that we have seen how transformers work at a detailed level, let's shift our focus on exploring their advantages. One of the biggest advantages of transformers is their scalability. Traditional models like RNNs or LSTMs struggle to handle long sequences of text efficiently. They process data step by step, which limits their ability to scale. But transformers, thanks to their parallelism, can process entire sequence all at once. This means they can handle much larger data sets and much longer text without breaking a sweat. Whether it's a short sentence or an entire document, transformers maintain their efficiency and performance, making them suitable for tasks of any size. Another key advantage of transformer is their ability to focus on the most relevant parts of sequence. Through the attention mechanism, they can prioritize which words or elements in the input are most important to understand the meaning. For instance, in our sentence, the cat sat on the mat, when predicting sat, the transformer can zero in on cat and mat as the most contextually important words, ignoring less relevant ones. This selective focus helps the model make better predictions. Transformers introduce parallelism, which is a game changer for efficiency. Unlike RNNs, which process words at a time in a sequence, transformers process every word in the input simultaneously. This parallel processing speeds up computation dramatically, making it feasible to train models on a massive data set in a fraction of the time. It's like having multiple workers each tackling a different part of a job all at once, rather than just one worker doing everything. And lastly, transformers break free from the sequential limits of traditional models. In models like RNNs, understanding long-distance relationships between words becomes a challenge because they process inputs in order. Transformers, on the other hand, can capture relationships between words regardless of their position in the sequence. Whether the key information is at the beginning or end of a sentence, transformers can easily identify and connect these distant words. This allows for much more flexibility in handling complex sentences or longer texts. Now that we have covered the advantages of transformers, let's take a look at some of the key limitations that come with this powerful architecture. First, transformers are incredibly data and computation intensive. They require massive amounts of data to train effectively. Unlike simpler models that can get by with smaller data sets, transformers thrive on huge data sets, sometimes spanning millions of samples. And with this data comes the need for enormous computational power. Transformers involve multiple layers of attention, complex calculations, and processing done in parallel. This requires significant hardware resources like high-performance GPUs or TPUs, which not every organization may have access to. Another limitation is the long training time. Because of the complex architecture and the volume of data transformers require, training can take days or even weeks. This can be a problem for teams that don't have the luxury of extensive computational resources. Even though transformers are faster at processing data during inference, thanks to their parallelism, the upfront cost in terms of time and computing power during training is high. Next, transformers can easily overfit on small data sets. Since they have such a large capacity to learn, they can end up memorizing small training sets rather than generalizing well to unseen data. This leads to overfitting, where the model performs perfectly on the training data but fails to generalize to new examples. This is why transformers need vast amounts of data to work well. Otherwise, they risk becoming too specific to the training set. Finally, there's the challenge of interpretability. Transformers, especially with their multi-head attention mechanism, can be difficult to interpret. It's not always clear why the model makes a specific prediction or how different parts of the input contribute to the final output. For example, if a transformer translates a sentence incorrectly, it's hard to pinpoint exactly which words or attention heads were responsible for the mistake. This makes it harder for developers to debug issues or improve the model's performance. So while transformers offer tremendous power and flexibility, they also come with these limitations. They are data and computation intensive, require long training times, can overfit on small data sets, and are challenging to interpret. These factors must be carefully considered when deciding whether or not to use transformers in a specific application. Despite these challenges, their benefits often outweigh the drawbacks, which is why they remain at the forefront of AI development. Thank you for watching our 3-part series on transformers. Across these videos, we have explored the evolution of transformers, their architecture, how they work, and the key advantages and challenges they bring to AI and machine learning. If you're ready to apply transformers in your projects or need expert guidance, the team at Codersarts is here to support you. We offer custom AI solutions, development support, and in-depth consulting to help you harness the full potential of this technology. You can visit www.codersarts.com for more information, and don't hesitate to contact us at contact@codersarts.com. You can also find our Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn handles in the description box down below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay informed about our latest tech videos and deep dives. Thank you again for joining us on this journey into transformers.